I'm in Taiwan today in Hsinchu, getting ready to hop onto the high-speed rail, go to Taipei and see the Olafur Eliasson show. He's an installation, sort of sculpture and light and environment artist, does a lot of sort of interesting things all at once. And his installation is going to be in the Taipei Fine Arts Museum, which is a great, huge space for this artist, I think. So, about ready to hop onto the high-speed rail. So we're walking through a morning market right outside the Qingguang station in Taipei. It's kind of an old traditional market. When I first came to Taiwan around 20 years ago, it was very common to see these in almost every city. And they're sort of less and less all the time as larger grocery stores move in and make it more convenient for people to go get their groceries. But these markets are often filled with great produce, really good prices, and if you go often, people will get to know you. It's kind of a fun shopping experience. So we're out of the morning market area, walking through the busy streets of Taipei. Gonna try to find a drink shop or an iced tea before we go to the show. It's super hot out today, so I'm hopeful we can find something. So I just walked into a drink shop, and it's not a chain. It's something that I've only seen here in Taipei. It looks like they have pretty high quality grapefruit and tea drinks. 我可以跟你点吗？可以啊。OK， 我要一杯。你有没有葡萄柚绿吗？葡萄柚绿有。我要一杯葡萄柚绿少冰配糖。少冰配，你要浓咖啡？咖啡。So putting the straw in your drink is definitely an acquired skill, but it's not too hard as long as you do it fast. We're on our way. So I got my iced tea. We're on our way. It's perfect. Exactly why it's nice to come to Taipei. Cheap, delicious tea everywhere. In the middle of the 90-degree Fahrenheit weather. So we're at the Taipei Fine Arts Museum, about ready to walk inside. The entranceway is this huge cavernous space. And it's kind of dark, but with these giant windows, which is awesome. It has this kind of like bomb shelter-esque chic. Let's go in and check it out. So this swinging fan is apparently an Olafur Eliasson piece. Kind of nice if it's perfectly in the space, I think. Just like something that broke off from the factory ceiling. So this wall here is shadows that are made by the people standing on the other side. And go in and check out how it works. Can't really tell what this is. It appears to be something like natural sea sponges. But basically the whole wall is filled with the surface. So these pieces here look like they could have been made by some kind of like automatic process or generative process. Called wind writings. So the circles on the wall appear to be generated by the light going through the lens in the front. So this piece probably has to be my favorite one so far. It's this giant room filled with these orangish yellow lights hanging down from the ceiling. And it just zaps all the color away from everything. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but it basically turns everyone into the kind of a black and white figure. Makes everything this kind of yellowish monochrome. So this room is basically a mist, fine mist that's coming down from the ceiling. And it's illuminated by a really bright spotlight at the top. So this piece of the exhibit appears to be a huge long table where visitors can kind of create their own Lego buildings, but it looks like Olafur Eliasson has given them a nice head start. Created some quite interesting Lego structures first. So that was the first floor of the museum. I'm not sure if the exhibition continues upstairs, but we'll go up these stairs and find out. So we just got to the third floor, and the Olafur Eliasson show does not continue here, but they have a few exhibitions that are actually curated from the yearly open call that Taipei Fine Arts Museum does. And sometimes these are pretty good. I just ran through them quickly. We're gonna go through the Peng Hung-Chih show called Psychic Theater. So I'm on my way out of Taipei Fine Arts Museum. I just finished watching Peng Hung-Chih's The Psychic Theater on the 3rd floor. It's kind of a video installation, tells a story about, I guess, his mother who had a gambling problem, and she had gone to a psychic, and there's a story that she sort of tells about her life and her guilt, and showed in this kind of abstract way. But it's quite personal, quite interesting, visually very creative filming. Anyhow, back on the streets of Taipei, gonna try to find some sushi or some kind of nice lunch. Take a quick walk through the Qingguang market. Maybe there'll be some nice lunch food in here. You can feel the air conditioning blasting out from these tiny little stores. It's quite nice. Okay, found a pretty good looking potential lunch spot. It's Hainan chicken. It's not necessarily Taiwanese food, but sometimes you can find really good Hainan chicken in Taipei. So we'll go in and check it out. So my Hainan chicken is here, and it's a set meal. It looks quite good. Quite acceptable. So the cost for that meal was about 160 Taiwan dollars. That comes up to a little bit more than $5 US. Very cheap and quite good. So we're about out of the market. Got to do one more thing before we get on the train, and that's pick up at least one more nice drink here in Taipei. Never seen this drink stand before. They're definitely not a chain. It looks very promising. Let's go for a black tea with some fresh cream on top. 你有没有红茶加奶盖吗？
有。
OK， 我要这一杯。
一杯 OK。甜度冰块可以调整。
烧饼微糖。
微糖 OK。
So that's kind of how it looks. There's black tea under there and salty cream on top. It's actually delicious. You drink it all through this little hole in the lid without a straw. So I have my tea. It is delicious. Hard to explain just exactly how good it is, but it's sort of like a giant cup of tea flavored ice cream that you just drink. And that store does an especially good job. I'll try to post up the name. All right, back down to the Zhongshan Metro Mall and onto the HSR train.